Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this Thumbs Up, a brand new day. Yay, a brand new day. The thumbs up part was a bit early, but still, hopefully it's a thumbs up. Of course, I'm still hoping that my neighbors haven't murdered me by burning that carpet and plastic stuff the other day. So, joy. I mean, carpets are plastic fibers, and it was apparently a carpet, so... I did not sleep well last night, because I kept waking up in anxiety because I felt like I couldn't breathe. So, yay. Like I say, hopefully I'm not just going to be dead within the month because of all the plastic fumes and poisons and toxins that I inhaled. Still though, I'm alive right now. I'm wheezy and coughing and hacking all the time. You know, I'm more out of breath. But also, this last month I have smoked more flower than I have in the past 6-7 months because of my monetary situation. And cannabis does damage, so that on top of the plastic fumes might have done the trick. And I don't have a lot of allergies. My allergies are very minor, largely. I'm not affected by a lot of other things. My wife was really allergic to the Scotch broom plant. And we have a lot of Scotch broom in this area. I am only affected by it because there's a lot of Scotch broom pollen in the air at times. And so my eyes feel gummy just because there's so much pollen in them. And past that, they're not affected. I will sometimes wheeze just because there's so much junk in the air, but past that, I'm fine. Now, human beings are good at finding correlation without actual causation. That's just the way our brains are built. But through the years, even as a child, I have noticed that when the stuff that comes out of the trees that's, looks like the cotton puff balls, what are they, cottonwood? That stuff that goes out flying, I tend to get wheezy and find it harder to breathe during that time. Right now, we have a lot of that stuff in the air. Again, could be, correlation without causation. Again, human beings are really good at that. But putting it together with the stuff that's happened through my life and how wheezy I've gotten from a teenager onward whenever the air has been filled with that stuff, well, maybe I'm still healing from the damage of the plastic with the damage caused by the inhalation of the burnt cannabis plant smoke added with all the pollen that my immune system attacks. So, yay. Past that, I have felt pulls and aches and pains in that muscle in my right inner thigh, the one that'll cramp. Just when I'm out walking, it'll be hurting sharply. So there's something going on and I don't know what. Hopefully I'm not, dying of anything. So that's happening. But at the same time, taking my ADHD med, remember, I take my 20 milligram tablets and I break them up. So I take one at 5:30 and one at 6:30 in the morning. That way I taper up and then I'm tapering off when my next dose starts up. So it's not just a sharp cliff. It's a taper off, taper on. So that, a dip instead of whap. So 11:30, 12:30, I take my second dose. 5:30, 6:30 approximately, I take my last one and then I go to sleep. It seems weird that you would take a stimulant before going to bed, but as a tool, it actually helps me sleep. Since I have started taking Ritalin before I go to bed, when I say before I go to bed, I go to bed any time after 9 o'clock and before midnight. And I take my last of the meds at like 6:30, sometimes 7 o'clock if I forget. So it's not really I'm a full dose, but when I do that, I don't have cramping in my legs. Now I have to be careful. I still have my legs uncovered by blankets from the knees downward when I go to bed. And I have 2 fans blowing over the top of my legs to keep them cool. Because if I get warm, they're going to cramp. And I have to be very careful at all times, because if I'm sitting on the edge of my bed and I want to get my shoes on, I dip my toes down into my shoes and then lift them off the floor. Just the half second downward and then into my shoe, and my calf is already rock hard and starting to cramp. And when I go walking, if I'm walking down a hill, sometimes just the fact that my feet have to point downward as I'm walking, my calves start to cramp. Again, I'm hoping it is just because I take so much caffeine and I drink so many caffeinated beverages that it's acting as a diuretic, and diuretics pull potassium out of your system, and if you're low on potassium, you cramp. Since I have been taking a ton of potassium tablets as well, I have less cramping. So hopefully that's all that's going to be. And talking about medical stuff, the other day I was having a really sharp headache. I've mentioned that I have a lot of headaches from the Ritalin meds. You know, even if it's not a full headache, if it takes 1,000 units of pain to actually hit pain, and before you hit that, you're at not pain. If there's not too many coughs and hacks, I'll hopefully edit some of that out. If I have to cough and hack a lot, there's just going to be too much, and I won't be able to. But let's see if I can remember what the heck I was talking about. Which the answer is no. That got blown direct out of my head. I think I was talking about meds and stuff, but having the cough there just knocked it directly out of my head. So instead, I'll jump to this different subject, which is something else that I wanted to talk about. My head, even though I take the Ritalin meds, even though I do all this, when I am unable to sleep well and all that, I still can't focus and concentrate. But, remember this. When you see pseudoscience, you can tell it's pseudoscience when you see something that says it wants to boost your immune system and to make it stronger. And you want to have a strong immune system. No, you don't. No, you don't. You do not want a strong immune system. You want a working system. You want a baseline immune system. If you have an immune system that is strong, that's bad. One of the reasons that we react so poorly to the common cold. The common cold virus is largely, it's harmless. It doesn't affect you when you're infected. I mean, it affects you in that you're creating the stuff and it's going through, but every symptom you have when you have a cold is not because of the virus, it's your immune system overreacting because it's so strong. That fever, that's your immune system going overboard. It doesn't need to do that. Your running nose, all that, the sore throat, the cough, again, your immune system bringing out every gun on this little thing that's not going to hurt you. A strong immune system is not necessarily a good thing. That's the reason you have allergies. We have IgE, immunoglobulin E. That's kind of known as the annoyance immunoglobulin. It is the one that is the reason you have hay fever, because your immune system sees harmless stuff, and because it's so strong, it leaps out and attacks that full-on force, brings out a World War II attack force on a tiny village of pig farmers who have no idea what is going on. So all that stuff that's happening is not because of the pollen, it's because your immune system is so strong. You don't want a strong immune system. You want a good baseline immune system. So it doesn't go overboard with a full military assault on something that should be like, hey, here's a ticket, try not to walk on that. So, just try to be baseline. And that's what your body likes. It doesn't want the huge amounts of stuff. It doesn't want the negative amounts of stuff, lack of. It just wants right there, that baseline. And that's a good thing. Go for the baseline. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. Definitely a thumbs up on that. Now, of course, for the weather report, late as it is right now, it looks like a bright, sunny day outside, and that is a definite thumbs up. It's going to be hot. It was warm yesterday. It's probably going to be even warmer today. I had sleeping issues, of course, because I've been having other things go on, like not being able to sleep because of anxiety from feeling I'm not being able to breathe. And those make the day not so wonderful for me. But past that, it's going to be great. It's going to be wonderful. It's a weekend. All sorts of things I need to do come Monday that I wish I'd thought of. One of the things about getting medications from the Veterans Administration, which I am getting my ADHD meds through, you need to call in to get them refilled. Whether you're going to drop in and pick them up in person or whether you're going to have them mailed to you. I don't have a working vehicle anymore, so I have my stuff mailed to me. You need to do that at least 2 weeks before the date that they're due. When I hit Monday, that's my under 2 weeks date. So I'm going to have to call those in, and it should be okay. Should be. That would be good. They recommend the day you get your meds, call in the refill. Something I need to remember to do. Which, as stated before, when you have your ADHD problems and you get an ADHD med, all that does is, it slots the tool into your head so your brain's working properly. I'm 58 and a half. I have 58 years of driving through non-ADHD treated roads, which has been bad. So now that the roads are clear ahead of me, I really need to change habits from the ground up. So I'm still working on that because I've got the stuff in my head that I want to do and the stuff that needs to be translated from in my head to out here in the world, like writing, like doing the videos that I want to do. So need to get those done. The road is clearer than it has been. Wrecks have been taken out of the way. The path has been largely made clearer. So the road ahead of me is easier to walk. Now it's up to me to develop those work and study and other habits that I should have had in place by the time I graduated from high school, but I never developed because I never could because of the ADHD. So thumbs up for that. Still though, remember, even if you have skills, talents, and abilities that you want to make better, you do not have to monetize the things that you enjoy. And even if you do wish to monetize the things that you enjoy, you don't have to go at it like a person who's, I'm going to be the next Jeff Bezos. No, if you just want to make a couple bucks every couple months by selling something that you have done from a passion that you have, that is fine. There is no set end goal before you die other than you're gonna die. Past that, we live on a rock circling a nuclear furnace in an expanding universe that has existed for a relatively short period of time, but will never end even as everything gets colder. We live in a place that is weird, wild, wonderful, and bizarre. There is no set goal for your life other than what you have set for yourself. Just don't hurt other people. Enthusiastic informed consent. Thumbs up on that. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank, I've gotten lost already. I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. Of course, depending on how many people actually left me a comment. Very few comments, Very few views, my last few videos. Thumbs up, it happens. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker, and even though I count American Sign Language in the fingers of this hand with my depression, fibromyalgia, grief, mourning, partially treated ADHD, I'm getting a ton better, but I still have issues. I still have problems. I'm human. Dasharath, thumbs up and thank you very much. We have Christopher Thomas, greatly appreciated. Ice Damon, thumbs up and thank you. DVR03, thumbs up and thank you. Rob1983, good to see you in the comments. We have Furlisticat, thumbs up and thank you for the info. Made in Canada. One day I'm going to bring the sound effects back. Depends on whether, it all depends on how much I cough. That's the thing. So, Ichimatsuko, thumbs up and thank you. And we have Dazarath, thumbs up. Well, but no, I already thanked you. So now you have two thanks. Oh boy, I have Ricky Bettini. Thank you for having left a comment. Thumbs up. Everybody who has left me a comment, even if you've left me a lot and so I'm having to scroll through to find other people. Thank you so much. It is appreciated to no end. Definitely a thumbs up. You know, please keep making comments. I like that. It is a good thing. I did not mean anything bad if it ever came across that way. So, thank you all very, very much. We have Daniel Castillo, thumbs up. Colin Reisner, greatly appreciated. Rico Jimenez, thumbs up. And there we go. I think that was 12. I got kind of confused with my break in the middle because thank you, each and every one of you. Each and every one of you. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people, and it is appreciated to no end. Thumbs up. If you could check out my various links down below, I have Twitter, Facebook, Patreon.com. If you could become a Patreon.com patron, like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. Hopefully my list is updated today. I'm really late. I started at 7:30 instead of 7 o'clock. So hey, maybe I'll just take an extra half hour and get that list all done up. So thumbs up on that. Very good thing. Let's see, where is the rest of it? So I said, if you get that, the links down below. If you could check out well, anyway, toss me a like. That's awesome. It would be cool. And of course, if you can hit the notification bell on the subscription button, that would be very cool. Thank you very, very much. I would say the rest of the spiel, but I've forgotten it. Thumbs up for that. So today is, for me, Saturday. If you're watching this the same day I post it, then hopefully it's Saturday for you. I'm on roughly the tail end of the day, you know, on the western side of the U.S. We're just a few time zones away from the day turns over. So it could well be Sunday for a large part of you. And then, of course, if you're not watching it on the day I post it, well, who knows what day it is. Still, though, hopefully you have things to do that will keep you happy and pleased and enriched. I'm going to work on things to keep me happy, pleased, and enriched. Definitely a thumbs up. So, health-wise, please, if you have to go out, depending on where you are, of course, and how bad things are, but wear a mask, wash your hands, try not to touch your face, maintain your social distancing, get vaccinated if you can, depending, of course, on where you are. So, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is a definite thumbs up. I'm wearing bifocals because my eyes are old. I am nearsighted in one eye.